Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If Iraq doesn't start making the right decisions soon, the consequences could be dire for its economy and the future of its national currency. Right now, Iraq is standing at a critical juncture, with significant implications for both its financial stability and its sovereignty. The country's leadership is faced with a stark choice: to implement the necessary reforms and policies that can stabilize the Iraqi dinar, or continue down a path that could lead to even greater economic turmoil. One of the most pressing issues is Iraq's relationship with the US dollar. In recent years, the Iraqi economy has become increasingly dependent on the dollar, which has been used as a safety net against the fluctuating value of the dinar. However, this reliance on the US dollar is not without its consequences. As Iraq's economic policies have faltered, the US has begun to apply pressure through various means, including the threat of sanctions. These sanctions are designed to push Iraq into making the right decisions, but if those decisions aren't made, the country could find itself even more reliant on the US dollar than ever before. This growing dependence on the US dollar is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it provides a temporary buffer against the instability of the dinar. On the other hand, it further erodes the value of Iraq's own currency. The more Iraq leans on the dollar, the less confidence both domestic and international investors will have in the dinar. This lack of confidence can quickly spiral into a vicious cycle where the dinar continues to lose value, prompting more reliance on the dollar, and so on. In essence, without decisive action, Iraq could find itself caught in a downward spiral that becomes increasingly difficult to escape. The implications of this scenario are far-reaching. For the average Iraqi citizen, the devaluation of the dinar means that their savings are worth less and less. Everyday goods become more expensive, inflation rises, and the cost of living increases. This economic instability can lead to social unrest as people struggle to make ends meet and lose faith in their government's ability to manage the economy. Additionally, a weaker currency makes it harder for Iraq to trade with other nations, reducing the country's competitiveness on the global stage. From an international perspective, Iraq's failure to stabilize its currency could lead to a loss of foreign investment. Investors are unlikely to pour money into a country where the currency is losing value and where economic policies are unpredictable. This could further isolate Iraq economically, making it even more difficult for the country to recover. Moreover, the potential for increased US sanctions looms large. If Iraq continues on its current path, the US may have no choice but to impose stricter sanctions, which would only exacerbate the situation. These sanctions could limit Iraq's access to international markets, reduce foreign aid, and strain diplomatic relations. In the long run, this could push Iraq into a corner where its only option is to rely even more heavily on the US dollar, further devaluing the dinar. In conclusion, Iraq is at a critical point where the decisions made today will have long-lasting impacts on its economy and the well-being of its people. The path forward requires bold and strategic decisions that prioritize the stabilization of the dinar and the reduction of reliance on the US dollar. If these steps are not taken, Iraq risks facing an economic crisis that could take years, if not decades, to recover from. The time for action is now, and the stakes couldn't be higher.